Hey, hey, hey. Excuse me. Hey. So I sneaked peeked. Numbers chapter 33. This is so amazing. I read this, but it's like, man, I tell you, every time I get back in here, it's like, what? What did I miss? So this is a little different today. Verse 1 says, these are the journeys. I forgot my glasses again. It's 2 days in a row I forgot my glasses at home. These are the journeys of the children of Israel who went out of the land of Egypt by their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. Now, Moses wrote down the starting points of their journeys at the command of the Lord. I never remembered that. And these are their journeys according to the starting points. They departed from Ramses in the first month, and Ramses was the Pharaoh. On the first month, on the 15th day of the first month, on the day after Passover, the children of Israel went out with boldness. Come on, y'all. This is encouraging. They went out with boldness in the sight of all the Egyptians, all their enemies. For the Egyptians were burying all their firstborn, whom the Lord had killed among them. Also, on their gods, little g, the Lord had executed judgments. Then the children of Israel moved from Ramses and camped in Succoth. Now, nobody ever said that reading the Bible was not going to be challenging. These words of these cities are like a whole nother language. Yet, it's important. So push past the challenging of it and read it, all right? Verse 7, verse 6. They departed from Succoth and camped at Etham, which is on the edge of the wilderness. They moved from Etham and turned back to Pi-Haroth, which is east of Baal Zephon, and they camped near Migdol. They departed from before Heroth and passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness. I think that's the Red Sea part. But see, this is where you do your study. Timothy says, study, show yourself approved, a workman need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Let's see if that's the Red Sea. Who gonna tell me? Let's see. I'm gonna start challenging y'all. We're gonna have this interactive. So then they went in the midst of the sea into the wilderness, 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and they camped at Moriah. They moved from Moriah and came to Elim. At Elim were 12 springs of water, 70 palm trees, so they camped there. They moved from Elim and camped by the Red Sea. Our question was already answered. So the sea in verse 8 is not the Red Sea. Verse 10 is the Red Sea. They moved from the Red Sea and camped in the wilderness of Sin. They journeyed from the wilderness of Sin and camped at, if y'all can see this, Dophkah. Y'all should actually be reading with me. Get your Bibles. Dophkah. They departed from Dophkah and camped at Aulish. They moved from Aulish and camped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. I would love to map this out one day. They departed from Rephidim and camped in the wilderness of Sinai. They moved from the wilderness of Sinai and camped in Kibroth Hattaavah. They departed from Kibroth Hattaavah and camped at Hazeroth. They departed from Hazeroth, and camped at Rithmah. They departed from Rithmah and camped at Ramon Perez. They departed from Ramon Perez and camped at Libnah. They moved from Libnah and camped at Rissah. They journeyed, from Rissah and camped at Kelhatha. They went from Kelhatha and camped at Mount Shefer. They moved from Shefer, and so they moved from verse 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, verse 32, 33, 34, 35 is them moving from one camp to another camp. Because my voice is doing something again. Verse 36. They moved from Ezon Geber and camped in the wilderness of Zin, which is Kadesh. They moved from Kadesh and camped at Mount Or on the boundary of the land of Edom, or the Edomites. And Aaron the priest went up to Mount Hor at the command of the Lord, and died there in the 40th year. 40 years after the children had come out of the land of Egypt, on the first day of the 15th of the 5th month. Woo! Wow. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died at Mount Hor. 123 years old. Wow. Now the king of Arad, the Canaanite, who dwelt in the south of the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. So they departed from Mount Hor and camped at Zalmanah. They departed from Zalmanah and camped at Punon. They departed from Punon and camped at Aboth. They departed from Aboth and camped at Ij-Abarim at the border of Moab. They departed from Ijim and camped at Dibon Gad. They moved from Dibon Gad and camped at Almon Di-Balatayim. They moved from Almon Di-Balatayim and camped into the mountains of Abram before Nebo. They departed from the mountains of Abram and camped at the plains of Moab by the Jordan, across from Jericho. They camped by the Jordan from Beth Jesmoth as far as Abel Acacia Grove in the plains of Moab. Now the Lord spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab by the Jordan, across from Jericho, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, when you have crossed the Jordan into the land of Canaan, then you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, destroy all their engraved stones, which are idols, destroy all their molded images, which are idols, and demolish all their high places where they go and have sex. That's it. I was like a whole bunch of people. I can't think of the word. To their gods. Yeah. You shall dispose of the inhabitants of the land and dwell in it, for I have given you the land to possess it. Orgies. That's the word I was thinking of. They have orgies in worship to their God. And you shall divide the land by lot, as an inheritance among your families. To the larger you shall give the larger inheritance, and to the smaller you shall give the smaller inheritance. There everyone's inheritance shall be whatever falls to him by lot. You shall inherit according to the tribes of your fathers. But, but are my favorite words. But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall be that those whom you let remain shall be irritants in your eyes and thorns in your sides, and they shall harass you in the land where you dwell. Moreover, it shall be that I will do to you as I thought to do to them. Drop the mic. Because I know what they did. Do y'all know? Study up. Why? Because it's about relationship, not about religion. I got to go get some tea. I love y'all. But most importantly, he loves you, and he is desiring a relationship. That is why I do this. Okay? Read your Bibles. He got something to tell you. What I'm about to do, I'm about to go on boldness and have an awesome day in my office. What about you?